As part of its forward-thinking green agenda, Tandridge District Council were looking to lower consumables waste and reduce the cost of its previously inefficient printing and copying estate. By converting to multifunctional devices from Kyocera, the Council has considerably reduced its bills and boosted staff productivity with more reliable office machines.
Our strategy to reduce our environmental impact includes, for example, looking at our efficiencies, the way that we use equipment. We've been putting on photovoltaic cells onto our roof, which is the largest in the southeast. In terms of the environmental strategy, our printing and photocopying facilities fit in well because we're looking at trying to reduce our carbon footprint from the efficiency of machines. We're also trying to reduce our costs by holding fewer stocks, so standardising on stock and the machines that we're actually using.
The perception was that the old devices that we had were, well, they were old, but maintenance and other support costs were high, and they weren't particularly green. They were high on energy costs and the consumables. There were a lot of consumables, and we were concerned about the volumes of material that we were throwing away, which didn't seem to be inherently recyclable or very user-friendly.
The previous printer estate was made up of various different manufacturers' machines and different models within. So I had an enormous amount of storage for toner cartridges, all different variations. The drivers were all different, so staff problems with getting the machines to work how they wanted to. With Kyocera, one driver across the fleet, one problem solved, all problems solved.
Alto Digital selected the Kyocera devices as an independent supplier under the Buying Solutions framework. The Council wanted to provide not only improved efficiencies, but also the most sustainable option. Alto Digital's long-standing experience with the Kyocera product and the knowledge of their unique technology made them the natural choice for the Council.
Previous to the tender and changing to the current Kyocera printer estate, the Tandridge costs for the overall supply of printing and copying was about £60,000 a year, something over £60,000 a year. We've saved about 25% of that through this change. And not only that, we're using a lot less consumables and the support costs have dropped dramatically.
The Kyocera printers have been fantastic. It's saved me an enormous amount of time where I used to go out sorting out problems, be they paper jams or driver issues. Once the fleet was in, drivers were set up, people were shown how to use the profiles. I hardly see anybody anymore.
The importance of reliability of machines is that we need to have fewer of them because we can guarantee that they will actually be working all of the time and well. That increases obviously our productivity, reduces the floor space, the energy, the number of consumables that we need to hold. So there's a big advantage in terms of efficiency, but also in terms of customer care.
The Kyocera devices were the obvious choice for three key areas. Firstly, unique technology of the drum units in the Kyocera devices can last up to 30 times longer than the standard drum unit. Secondly, the toner comes in a simple cassette which is made out of two types of remanufactured plastics containing only 5 components. This means less replacement and therefore less recycling of the toner cassettes. The power consumption used are amongst the lowest for equivalent devices, and in some instances can be up to 50% less.
The Kyocera printers have been fantastic. With regard to the fleet we used to have of non-Kyocera printers, that used to break down all the time and they were tired. When you change the toner, you'd have cylinder problems, drum problems as well, which all included in the toner. With Kyocera, you only have a toner cartridge. The drum's fantastic, about 500,000 lifetime before it needs changing. So we don't change that. That saved us so much time and effort.
When we implemented the Kyocera range, we also implemented software which enables us to identify what each user prints so that we can detect who's printing more or less, and of course recharge printing costs very accurately in accordance with what is actually used on each printer. That's a big advantage to us because it does enable us to identify rogue or inappropriate usage within the department and train and retrain staff so that they know how to make best use of the facilities they have.